And hello, everyone. I'm really glad to see you all here. And the third one. So let's start. We're live for now. My name is Alex, and I'm a host for today. And today we will have a great conversation with our partnership team and with our support team in terms of API and some interesting stuff about your business, about your translation pipeline, and so on. So first of all, let's just to keep in mind that our webinar is live and it will run for 1 hour. You can ask any questions you want in the chat, and they will appear like this because it's live, and our speakers will answer them immediately. Also, this broadcast will be recorded, and you can get this recording to your email after, I think, 1 or 2 hours after this webinar finished. And I don't think that there are some important points for today. And I really want to start it because I believe that this webinar will be special. It's just a gut feeling for me. So let's start. Olga, I think the stage is yours.
Thank you, Alex. And we will see Anastasia later. I promise you'll get a chance to talk with her a bit. But for now, I'll take the stage and let me tell you a bit about our structure today so that you can always know where we are at. I know we have quite different audience here, and for those who are live with us today, I want to thank you for taking the time out of your day. I know there's always an opportunity to watch the webinar in recording, but and I know that your time is valuable, but we always cherish the moments like this where we get to touch with people who are our customers already or want to become ones. And it is very important for us. So thank you for that. Don't hesitate to use the chat the Alex mentioned if you have any questions right away. Even if you don't quite clear understand something, because we are very flexible here. So I'll just adjust the point of talking, and we'll make sure we got you covered. But if you're also anything like me, it is possible that sometimes you think of a great question or you just need some time to process whatever we're going to be talking about today. And if 1-2 days after you find yourself with wondering about something we didn't quite cover, we have our email address, api at rask.ai. So don't hesitate to send me an email, and I'll be sure we get all your questions addressed. As Alex mentioned, my name is Olga. I'm the API support lead. So if you have any questions, or if you are using our API, I will be probably your first point of contact for at least for how-to questions and different technical stuff. So we'll start easy. Don't worry about that. We wouldn't be. I know the API is a very technical topic, but we want to keep it light and easy for now, because we believe there's a vacuum where the development teams get to know a lot about it, but people who are not directly working with APIs may feel a little lost. So that's why we are here today, to introduce you to this very powerful tool, to show you what all the noise is about, why we think it's important and a great tool to have in your toolbox, and touch a bit about the features we have in our API. which needs they can cover, and even show you a little bit, compared to our web platform. But I'm giving out spoilers here, and you're probably yet at the point where you're thinking, why I even want to use it, or what is it? So let's start here. It won't be an interesting conversation if we wouldn't touch base about what the API is. If you have looked up these three magical letters on the internet, you have probably found that they stand for Application Programming Interface, and probably got confused even more. We've all been there, done that. No worries at all. So let's probably take a step back and think about how we sometimes, how we work in teams, right? If you need to get something done, you of course can cover all the points and things and functionalities yourself, but it is very likely the result, the outcome, won't be what you have hoped for, because and I know you're all great and smart, but let's be honest, nobody can get everything 100% right, which is why we value professionals a lot. So we tend to divide and conquer, and outsource or delegate some of the features or functions in a team to the professionals, so that everybody is responsible for their part and the result is great. Or another example, let's say you need to create a presentation. Now you may start, from the scratch and do everything yourself from the ground up, but that's a lot of time and effort, right? And you don't need to do that, because somebody somewhere already created great tools for the presentations and templates and all of that stuff. So instead of doing everything from scratch, you can reuse something that somebody somewhere already took care of and finished to some extent. So this is what essentially API lets you do. Now, to be completely honest with you, there are a lot of different APIs that are used for different goals, but we today will be talking mostly about the public APIs different software companies provide to their customers. So again, not to swim in the ocean, we just got our pool here. We'll be swimming on a very limited surface for your convenience. So in this pool, the API is something that lets you use the features the company already provides, but instead of going to their platform, their website or application, and use it in the graphic interface they have, you can take these features and embed into your product or your pipeline or your workflow, and not to build them from the ground up, but just to kind of reuse. It's a really cool shortcut and really convenient. So let me just quickly remind you what Rask can do for you, and therefore what our API gives you an opportunity to do. So we are an AI-powered dubbing platform, and you can use our pipeline to upload your file, video or audio, and in any language, and we will recognize the speech for you and all the speakers, transcribe the speech, create a very cool and neat segments, assign the timestamps to them, the speakers, the voices to the speakers, translate it, And then based on all this information, we will generate voiceover and merge it together with the original video file. So at the beginning, you simply input the video file, and at the end, you receive the translated version of it. And in 30 languages, we have voice cloning available, which means the translated version will sound as close to the original as possible. And everything in the middle, you don't need even to think about it, because that is what we are here for. And imagine that, in any tool or platform you use, there is a simple way to just click a button, and the video file in the original language goes and makes a little trip, and you receive the translated version of it. I think it's really cool, and ultimately that's what API can do. And while we do have our very cool, neat, and convenient web platform, with the API, it's not necessarily the only way to use our product, but we'll talk about it in a minute. Another, of course, cool thing is that you can input your video or audio in most of the popular formats, and we will be able to process it, so you don't even need to think about converting it beforehand. We are, of course, very proud to have released first API in the field of the AI dubbing. If we go down the memory lane, it has been about, I think, a year ago. I think it will be a full year soon. We have since then released the second version. We'll also talk about it a bit. And we've learned a lot, had a lot of feedback, and it's now really convenient for use, and we continue to develop it at a great speed. And I think it's mostly like operational stuff, but let me mention it up front. The API is available with the business and enterprise plans we have. And Anastasia will also talk a little bit more about the enterprise in a bit. But these plans are very flexible, so you can easily scale the volume of minutes you need up and down, depending on the volume of your content you need to translate with us. Very easy to use. Now, we talked a little bit about how API lets you to skip some parts of developing the hard stuff and use a very simple, neat interface in your programming to outsource this functionality and get the results still. But let's talk a little bit more about the, let's say, use cases or scenarios, because dubbing is very cool, but where would you want to use it, and why APIs are beneficial in your workflow? If you have already worked with our platform, you kind of know the flow. But for those who are new here with us, our web platform, which is the primary way to use our pipeline of dubbing, allows you to create projects, and this is an important step here. We will also be referring to projects later. So project is one video or audio that you are translated into one language. So inside it has a very neat interface with transcription and translation text, your original video, target video, and all the stuff that is related to this project. And it is, like all graphic interfaces, very convenient to work with. But as soon as you start scaling up, this is where the trouble may come in, because let's say you have not one video, but couple hundred of them, and you are really looking for different markets. So we have 200 videos in 10 languages, and now creating the projects one by one and downloading the results from it one by one becomes a grind. And while we do have the features to work with the projects and bulk in the platform, the more content you have, the more time you need to spend on the manual and very repetitive task, I would say. And this is not what modern software is about. It's all about getting results fast and making less repetitive actions. So the API can help you automate this process. So instead of manually going into the platform and working with the projects one by one, you can now very easily, like program skills are required here, but still with the API, a simple script will let you to work with all your project, hundreds, thousands of them, and translate them very fast in parallel, and you wouldn't have to lift the finger, well, maybe once to click the button, and you can dedicate your time to what really matters. Now, the second very important point here would be the need to go to the web platform. It's like our favorite example here is a remote work thing. Why would you need to go to office every time if you can do the same amount of work remotely, and it can even be more convenient? So same with the API. If you already have your platform where you work with the content, like where maybe you store this content, or you have a pipeline for your workflow already, and you kind of need to just embed this translation feature into it, or you already have your own product and you want to give your users the opportunity to translate the content automatically inside it. So, in such case, it wouldn't be very convenient to jump between different accounts and go into Rask directly in your browser to get something done. So the API here lets you take all our knowledge. We've done a lot in terms of training models and building this pipeline and figuring out the segmentation, the cloning, the translation, all of the parts. So you can have all of it inside your product simply because APIs lets you easily integrate it. And you only need to input the parameters we expect you to, and you receive the translated output. And of course, APIs play very important role. Like I cannot highlight it enough. All modern software is built based on the APIs. It's like a pyramid. Nobody starts at the very bottom. Everybody takes something and then builds on top of it and on top of it. So the creation of new products, new features would not be possible without the APIs. And it is spooky season upon us. And I don't want to scare you, but APIs are everywhere because this is the primary tool that lets us create what we are creating today. So if you are thinking about the new product, new platform, and content translation is an important part of it. Rask is here to get you covered, and you can do your part. And we are really looking forward to work and a team with you. So there are couple example of use cases just to give you the idea of what you can do. So whether you have an educational platform with different content, and we know how important it is to study in the language that you understand easily. Or if this is a social media platform and your content creators are looking to reach new audiences and speak their language. If you have a multinational company and the internal communication, like training videos or CEO speeches, all stuff like that needs to be automatically dubbed into multiple languages for all your remote offices. Maybe you have a media company and providing the um, TV shows, cinema, documentaries, news in multiple languages very fast because we know how timing is important in modern world. In all these cases, API helps you automate this process, speed it up a lot, and make it easily done without having to learn a new tool or managing and juggle a lot of things at once. But this is just an idea. The API opportunities, possibilities are endless. So feel free to turn up your creative thinking, and we are here to support you. We cannot wait to hear what you will come up with, and we will be glad to be a part of it. Now, as I mentioned, we have been in it for a year, and this is our third webinar on the API, so I kind of can no longer say that the version 2 is very exciting and new because it has been out 3 months already, and I'm very proud to say that it has been performing really well and really stable, and there has been already a lot of features added to it. We'll also talk about it in a moment. But if you ever played around with our version 1 and you want to know how the second version is different, then let's stop here for a moment because we've had a lot of feedback from the people who tried the first one about the project spaces and convenience of using it and maybe some logical parts. So now the projects which I was talking about a couple minutes ago that you create on platform can be easily accessible via the API and vice versa. So while we do have two ways of working with your projects, and you probably will be using one of them depending on your goals, you can always mix and match them if you need a different feature or just double check something for convenience. We, of course, made the process of the dubbing more transparent. The pipeline is now very flexible in the API, and you can easily control where your project is right now and what's happening to it. And of course, as I mentioned, we have been really fast about delivering new features, and we do not plan to stop there. Now, how the API works, basically the same as our web platform, just in slightly different stages. This is what we will talk about in a bit when we will be looking at our API documentation. But the steps are really simple. So we first upload your content via the API endpoint. You can do so via the link to your YouTube or Google Drive, or here is a cool thing that we don't even yet in the platform. Um, it can be any link to your um, file server, as long as it has public access, like the Amazon S3 link or something like that. Or you can even upload the file directly from your device. And here you got your media object. You have a list of media that you already uploaded to us. So you don't have to do that again, and you can simply reuse the same video multiple times if you need it to be translated in different language, and really save time on the uploading, because let's be honest, saving time is what this whole thing is about. Now, once you have uploaded your media, you can create a project. So same thing is in the platform. Just give us the language you want the video to be translated to, and we will do the rest for you. And once the project is dubbed, you can download your files. So upload, dub, and download. In and out, you've got your file output. But of course, it's not all there is, and there are many things to make the results even better and the process more reliable, and even a couple options to save the time even more. So same as in platform, we can fill the project details such as number of speakers, source languages, and so on. If you know it upfront, it's a great feature to, of course, skip these parts in the automatic recognition, and of course get the results you already sure of. We provide voice cloning in the API, same as the platform. You can upload your SRT files if you have them up front, so that you don't have to rely on automatic transcription and translation. Very great deal if you already got them, and you just need to simply reuse them. Download your SRT file alongside with your, of course, your full translated video and the translated audio in two versions, with the voiceover only or the generated voiceover combined with your background sounds. And something that we have announced on our previous webinar, and we've been living with this feature for a while now. It's a really cool one where you can now edit your script using API as well. So this feature is now not only included in the platform, but in the API as well. And you can easily add and remove segments, modify their text, the speakers, and redub the same video inside the same project in the API. So this is our roadmap. I honestly love how to each webinar, and I think we host them every 2 weeks. So how every time when I prepare for this, I move this blue line further to right, because we have more and more features to tell about. And at this point, let me invite Anastasia so that she can tell you a little bit more about what we have planned and how you can talk to us about it.
Hey guys, hope you are not so tired and you are still able to, have some information more from us. So, what about the future? some of the future is closer. Looking at the screen, some features are still in the development mode. But even though the screen became really tiny right now, maybe our host will help us to, yeah, thank you, to get it back. So what we are looking at and what is so highly requested and why. So we are looking at this and more fifth point and the roadmap. One of the features is really coming next week, and this is translation dictionary. It is very helpful when you are working with AI because it saves a lot of time. Uh, Absolutely every business has a lot of terminology and specific words, and maybe some words that you don't want to translate. Maybe these are brand names, whatever, terms that are very specific to your business. So this feature allows you to keep them in a way that you actually put this into the dictionary for the platform. Right now, it is available for the test in Rask AI web version. If you never tried us, so please go ahead. If you're a bigger business and you need our support to do that and maybe to open you more access to the platform, also do not hesitate to reach out to us because we will assist you with that. We are very flexible in terms of letting you into the functionality and showing you around. What will be next? So you are looking at some awesome features that will also automate your process immensely, like lip sync generation within the API. So this is just mind blowing because a lot of our customers ask about that. They would like to have their pipeline streamlined that way that they can actually choose whether they need lip sync or not, and a lot of them have this like a very strict requirement for their content. So you will have this opportunity, and we know that is highly requested. Maybe for you as well it is important, just let us know. And other features that will be coming quite soon, like speakers selection. This is important when you have different voices or would like to have some voice that is robotic or whatever generated. Sometimes also very convenient and brings you a lot of flexibility when you're working on a project. You can have more sources like Vimeo, and we already work with more sources. Olga will tell you more about that, SDK webhooks, and many, many other things that are coming. By the way, what I would like to do, and right now you will see my QR code on the screen. So what is that? Besides that, we are very flexible to every business, and we are very open to have a conversation with you to show you around the API, our products, to show you the platform or whatsoever. Would like to hear more about your use cases, how you actually perceive this API usage in your particular application or platform, or you're just thinking about this automation of the process and the pipeline that you're having. So we're crazy excited to talk. If you're not sure yet what questions you have, do not hesitate to save this QR or wait for our email. We will not leave you alone without any additional information. We will definitely reach out to you. But feel free to talk and share your ideas. As for the engagement models, pricing options, and so on and so forth, I will tell you everything about that, my colleagues as well. And be sure that we will find the best way for you to collaborate with us, because like you saw our timeline, it's super fast paced in development. It's super intense in terms of the number of features that we implement, and we can do even more. So if you have this potential in your business, if you have this feeling that you will need the API to boost your current state of the business and you know how to do this technologically wise, we can help you. Just don't lose your time and talk to us and tell us what we can do to improve your processes and maybe bring something new and top notch and outstanding like your value proposition on the market that you do not have yet. that you think about it, but you can reach it with the help of our API. All right, so that probably was my part. I see that Olga is going back live, and I will pass my mic to Olga. I'm very happy to talk to you guys. If you have a minute, write me a note. Okay, I'm disappearing. Thank you so much. See you soon.
Thank you, Anastasia. And again, feel free to reach out to our wonderful partnerships team if you're really looking for a tool to dub your content and wonder if we will be a great fit. Now, I know there has been a lot of information in the past half hour, and we will move to probably a more fun part now, where I'll be showing you around a little bit. But to sum up what we have already covered, and that's a lot of different things. So first of all, APIs is the tool that gives us a lot of opportunities, open a lot of doors for us to get the functionality somebody already designed and developed, and add it to your product, to your platform, or even wrap it around in a code and simply adjust the flow to let you work with a lot of data, a lot of content automatically, very fast, and maybe even easily embedded into the product, platform, or application you already have. We've got a lot of cool features that do not only let you, receive the dubbed version of the video, but also to work with it, work with the text, work with the speakers, work with the translation, segmentation, and all of the stuff that is really important if you are also looking for a great quality of the content. We will be adding even more features, which Anastasia mentioned, of course, for our customers, which are, lip sync, highly popular requests, and the dictionaries, but also for the developers who are, of course, doing all the hard work to use the API and build them in, to your flow. So in order to simplify the working with Rask API, we are looking to add the webhooks and design the libraries that simplifies the work of your development team even more, and leaves even less room for any errors or misinterpretations. Now, let me show you a different screen. And probably we will be working like this. Now, I'm also sharing the link to our documentation in the chat we have. I'm also reminding that, the chat is open for questions. Feel free to ask. Real life, I will be more than happy to get them covered. And what we are gonna do right now is we're gonna tackle working with the project and compare how it looks from the platform. If you never worked with Rask before, this is my demo account. So there's only one project here, but this is how it looks. And inside the project, this is the TED video, like a short one. I'm translated from English to French, so you see very cool and convenient layout here. But let's say we wanna automate the process or move it from Rask platform to your platform, and we will be using API. to do that. Let's start with the project creation. Our documentation goes into a very great deal, and as I promised you, we won't be going too technical today, and of course, not diving very deep into the details, which is why we're using the documentation sandbox to show you around. But of course, all of this can be used in your code very seamlessly. In our documentation, you will find the small introduction, the list of languages that you can specify as a source for your content, and of course, the very important part, the list of the destination languages we have. We'll jump back to it in a bit. To help you go through the steps I have already described, you have here a couple of workflows for creating your project for the first time, from the file upload to the point where you get the first dubbed version of it. And of course, here, the different steps to add, modify segments and remove them again, so that you wouldn't feel lost and always know what to do next when working with the API. We already talked about how APIs are very easy to integrate, kind of like Legos from different Lego sets. No matter which one you buy, you always know that they come together easily. So we use the REST API with the very simple OAuth 2.0 authentication if you're a developer, and we've got all the examples here, how to get your token and authenticate. To grab your credentials, you would simply go to your account settings to get your client ID and client code, which you will have access to once you're on the right plan, or if you're on the test with us. And just one step to generate your token. You are all ready to go. I have already got mine, and we will be working here. So back to the steps I have discussed. You remember how I talked about the first step being uploading your media? So this part here is all the methods that you need to work with your media to upload it or review the information about it. Now here is a second step where you can create and work with your projects, and of course the very important step of editing and uploading your SRT file or downloading it or working with the script and modifying, adding, or removing some segments from it. But let's not get ahead of us. We already talked about the sources we have for upload, and we are, of course, extending their range. So here we can upload them as a simple file, but today we will be working, so my token, as I mentioned, is already here. And today we will be working with the links. Let me just grab one here. So YouTube, whether you have your content as YouTube links or let's jump back to it. YouTube links or Google Drive links, the file server links, the direct access one, you can very nicely Okay, yeah, very nicely use this method and simply paste the link to get it done. Now, okay, I think it got stuck, man. Let me reopen my screen here. Just a moment. If by any chance you got the questions now, would be very great time to ask them from me or from Anastasia, of course. Never a problem there. Okay. Okay, great. Sorry for that, guys. We are back here. So we've got our. Let me read. My code is here, which is perfect. Now my YouTube link. And as I promised you, this is all we need to send the file over to us. Get your media created. You can see the successful response here, which means we are ready to almost ready to work with it. The important part here is the status of it, of course. And what we need is a simple media ID, which is how we can reference the video we have already uploaded, and go ahead and create a project with it, or multiple ones. No need to ever upload it for the second time. Now let's quickly check that we have our media uploaded. You see the status is ready, and which means we are already good to proceed with the next step. It's very easy to upload it as the file as well. So I don't think there are ever issues at this point. Now we got our video uploaded to us, and we want to do something with it. We want to, of course, dub it. So we are referencing the ID of it. And once again, very simple. The only thing you need here is the language we are going to dub the content. You can specify the name of your project. Let me do just that probably. And the language, number of speakers, and if you have already uploaded the transcription to us, and the text ID. But we won't be doing any of that. We already talked about the target languages we have. Here's the full list of them. The ones with the voice clones, there are 29 of those. And the ones where we only have the AI voice presets, whichever one you select, the cloning or voice preset will be applied automatically. But this is what we showed you on our roadmap. We plan to add the voice selection via the API by the end of November as well. So even more controls to you over the API. Now, my video is in English, so let's say we give it a go in Italian. And I won't be even noting anything else here. We've got our project. It is created. The the status is right here. And now by checking the project status, again, very simple. The only thing we need here is the project ID we just created. We can pull this method and see how it's going along. The transcription is already finished. It is very fast today. Hi, Dan. Nice to meet you here. No, I hope you're not the only one. I think I see there are more people here, and I hope you're not alone. But thank you very much for being here with me. I really appreciate the support. So the webhooks feature we were talking about, and you see how I'm sending the request, and the status here changes every time as the video goes further and further. One of the features we talked about when showing you the roadmap were the webhooks which for your fellow developers will really simplify the process of working with the project, because they no longer need to send the request every time to check the status, and will simply get notified when the status is changed. And as I promised you, your project, all your projects are now in the same space. So whether you have created them from API or from the platform, here is our demo project we have just created from the API. So whichever tool you are using, see, it's progressing here, and it's also progressing here. So whichever point of working with your video you're using, you can get anything done from here, from the platform. Montreal, wow, that is wonderful. I think it's still early for you guys, right? Hi, Canada, thank you. Wow, this is perfect. We've got everyone all over the place here. Hi, Bruna. All right, so while this video is being translated, let's get this one. Again, project IDs are the same across the spaces, so I can simply copy the ID from here and go and work with it through API. And of course, I can get my whole project list, which is not a lot at the moment, but I don't even need to go to platform for that. This is my first project I have just created, and this is the one I have already had in my demo account. So let's see how we can maybe modify the segments there, the editing via the API, which I mentioned and which some of you were very excited to see. So let's probably start with the editing. We would need to get our transcription first. So let's do just that. The full one. You see the same segmentation as we have here on the platform, just of course in the slightly different view, and we get the ID of each segment. Let's probably work with the first one. We got the ID of the segment. We need the ID of the project, of course, here. Very easy to work around documentation because it got all these cool fields which are very simple to look at and understand what you need, but we of course have in detail description of each and every parameter you can use here. So we can edit both text, like maybe both English and French here. Unfortunately, I don't speak French, so we are stuck with the English. Today, let's say I want to edit it just slightly, and we will use word sentences instead of words. The language we don't need to specify, but we can just for the sake of it. Let's say we want to add a different speaker. I know I only have one in my video, but let's say we are going to add a second one. The index of the speaker starts with 0, so speaker 1 would have been 00. Same as my indexing in math, but I need the speaker 2. You see I've got the only one here. So this will look like this, and maybe I want to modify the segments, let's say both beginning and end. Let's have fun here today. Like, this is a real cool party, and we got Canada with us, and I hope a lot more countries. Okay, I think we are good here. Let's hit send. Let me not forget which segment we were working with. Okay, and it went to processing. Let's check our segment here. And we need the project here. Of course, I know I'm doing a lot of manual things, but in terms of automation, it's real easy. Let's see how our segment is doing. It's still processing, which means it is now in the process of being retranslated by us, and also, all the other changes we made, like adding the speaker's voice. You see, we already can see the speaker 2 updated timestamps, and the text is being translated by us again. Let's take a look at our another project. Let's go back to our project list here. This is the demo one we have created today. Let's check the status. And here we are. We see the merging done status, which means it went through all the steps of detecting speakers, transcribing the speech, translating it, and already generating voiceover with the speaker's voice we've cloned. You can see it's right here. And the feature we're talking about, which will be out by the end of November, right now you can choose in your web platform whether you want to use the voice clone, or if you have your custom voice clone library, one of those AI voice presets. This is something you will be able to do via the API as well in less than a month. That is so cool. And we see it's done here. We also see that it's done here. The voiceover was generated and merged together with your video. You can now have the full file by simply downloading them via the links here. So here is your translated video link, translated audio link, the translated text, and of course, the voiceover only, so the one we generated and haven't even merged with your background. And the one with the background is right here, of course. So all these different options, which make it a lot more flexible to work with, depending on your needs. All in here, and very transparent, I believe. And if you want to double check something, you can always jump to the platform. Now, almost the last thing today. I know it has been a lot, and you have been a wonderful audience. So we'll just finish what we have started, and I think we will let you go. Enjoy the rest of your Thursday, wherever you are. Now, we were working with my very first project with the transcription inside it. I no longer remember the segment ID, but we won't need it. So we see our segment, the very first one we were working with, has been retranslated, modified. This different speaker I have assigned here, and the updated status means we are finished translating this segment, and we can now send this project to Redapt. Let me just mirror it for you in the platform. So in the platform, I would have sent the project to apply changes, which means we get to regenerate the voiceover for parts we modified. And we'll simply do it right now from the API with our generate project endpoint. And you see it has been started. Once it is finished, we will get the modified version. And as I mentioned, if you already have your transcription, you can upload it in JSON format or even as a file. And of course, at any time, you can double check how many minutes you have on your account and compare it to how much more content you've got. I see we also get a couple questions. Thank you, Dan. And yes, sure, we have the Kazakh for dubbing, and we have voice cloning for Kazakh as well. And I see we had a question about the use cases. I think for that, we will be better off to jump back to our presentation. And don't you worry, Alex will share recording and the presentation with you. And again, we very much like talking to you. So even if you have just questions at this point, use our API at Rask AI. Email or Anastasia's QR code we will show you again to talk with us. I think we are already at the last minutes. I really hate to take more of your time than we promised, even though I wanted a lot. Because I have been enjoying this so much. It's been my third webinar with you guys, and please come to the next one. It's so fun to have you here. I think, do we have Anastasia with us?
Yes, we do.
Show you?
Yeah, it's just Alex who is hiding me. Just keep in mind that I'm his apprentice. And
because you draw all the attention to you. You know, it's impossible to look anywhere
that's
else.
how it works. So if you want to draw my attention to you, just use the Rask AI QR code. So yeah, but in any case, guys, thank you so much. It was incredible to have you all here. As Olga mentioned, we absolutely love talking to you. We absolutely love thank you so much. We absolutely love all your comments, both positive and some criticism that you may bring to us, because we work with the feedback all the time, and we think that this is a quite an makes us on the market unique, because we would like to be very aware of all the customer needs. In any case, please contact us, me, Olga, Alex, whoever you would like to contact. Alex, yeah, he's hiding us. So you know who to blame. Um, uh, so and to be in webinar live, it's also quite a challenge. So hope you're patient with us and hope you enjoyed the session. And next session will be shortly. Alex, Olga, the mic goes to you.
I think I don't have anything to add. So I just want to thank all of you for the really active session for today. And as I said at the beginning, it was one of the best webinars right now. So let's see our great outro and see you to the next session.